We're at Tonkadale Greenhouse today, one of my very favorite places to go, and we are with Ella and Chandler and Jesse, one of our favorite experts, and we're going to learn how to build a terrarium. Jesse, are you going to help us do this fun kid project today?
I think so.
All right, let's get started. So first of all, talk to me about terrariums in general. They're great. I know that they're great for indoors, but I actually don't know how to make one or the history of it. Tell me a little bit about where terrariums came from.
You know, the definition of a terrarium is just a garden under glass. It's a closed ecosystem that's kind of self-sustaining. However, they can take many different shapes. It can be anything from a glass bowl to a tall glass vase. You could use apothecary jars. Something like a lantern would be cool, or even something hanging.
Wow, that's pretty. Ella and Chandler are both very into science, so I like the fact that you're talking about an ecosystem enclosed in glass, because that's what I think is one of the important components about doing these kinds of projects with kids at home. It looks pretty, but it's actually a learning experience and all of that. So okay, so talk to us. How do we start building our terrarium?
So you're going to be blown away because this is really easy.
Really?
You guys?
Really?
Yeah, okay. It is. There's a few ingredients that you need. So first we're going to do some layering. We're going to layer the ingredients, and the first thing we're going to put in is horticultural charcoal. Now this helps filter the water and filter the soil so it doesn't get swampy. When you're building a terrarium in a glass bowl or something that doesn't have drainage, the water kind of settles in there, and you want something to filter that water. So
okay, so charcoal is one of the first ingredients. So Chandler and Ella, how much charcoal are they going to use?
I would say about a ½ inch on the bottom would be great.
So why don't you guys take turns and put charcoal in the bottom of your, and maybe actually we could maybe use that other pot too, so that
half an inch, a full cup, or
keep scooping.
No, keep scooping.
You're probably going to put 5 or 6 scoops in there.
Okay.
Maybe start with 5. Yeah.
It's a White House a terrarium?
A White House? I don't know.
President's White House?
No.
No.
So the next layer of the terrarium is some gravel or rocks, and you could use something decorative, something colored.
Is it still for drainage or just to be pretty?
It's both. It's for the look of it, and it helps with drainage. It kind of matriculates the water down to the bottom. So right here we have kind of a mix of pea gravel and river rock. Or if you wanted to get a little funky, you could use some colored glass.
Ooh, let's give the kids a choice. So who wants to use, is this enough? Is this enough charcoal?
Good job on the charcoal, guys.
Perfect, thank you, Chandler. So who wants to use this pretty blue, and who wants to use the river rock?
Okay.
I want to use both.
Oh,
What is this?
both.
Okay,
Like,
you
why
could use
not?
both. So we're putting in the rocks next.
And how much? Like,
About the same amount, guys. About, 5 good scoops, 4 or 5 good scoops, I think would be
like for
just fine.
combined, so like 2 scoops of each if they want to
Yeah,
combine.
if you wanted to mix it, that'd be fine.
All right.
No, not a White House, a greenhouse or whatever.
A greenhouse.
You got it. Yep. So a greenhouse
Okay, now
is
I
like
finally remember.
a giant terrarium.
Terrarium,
You got it. Because
Okay.
you're kind of controlling all the elements, the light, the water, the air. It's kind of a controlled environment.
I thought like clear, and then I thought white, and then it's just kind of.
I see where you're going. Yep.
Oh, that looks really great.
So the next layer that we're going to work on is our soil. So we're just going to use regular potting soil. I have it here all ready to go. So this is a mixture of peat, perlite, and some organic matter. And then we'll select our plants. So the plants that you're going to be looking for are plants that like a lot of humidity, because like we said, this is an enclosed environment. It's going to be very wet. It almost like has its own rain cycle, and low light. So you want to match the plants to the environment that they're going to be in. I've selected a number of different plants over here.
I just have to look how pretty this is. Isn't that a
really
great
cool.
base?
How do I
know.
mix these around?
No, you can just. I think it looks really great, Chandler. Like, see the.
Like I want it to be like all mixed around.
Let's do our soil next.
Let's do soil next.
So next you guys are going to put like 4 or 5 good scoops. We're going to do about 2 to 3 inches of depth, okay? Chandler, why don't you go first?
How many scoops would that be?
She said
4 to 5, I think would be great.
Put it in there.
And don't worry about making a mess, you guys. When you're doing this at home, just clear the decks, do it outside, or
put like a towel or something under it.
a towel.
It's like a mountain.
Yeah, spread it around a little bit
And
so
then
it's
you can put
pretty
it in.
level.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the plants while they're
Yes,
filling
let's
their?
talk about that.
Do you want to
What about
grab
the water?
that?
I don't want to get rid of the water.
So here are
Water.
the plants you have selected for us, and they are so beautiful.
Aren't they cute? So you're going to want to pick little plants for little containers. And a lot of these plants are meant to be little, but a lot of them can get big. So there's a lot of pruning and maintenance, pinching, trimming, etc. to keep
This is
things
my favorite baby
under
carrots.
control. Yeah. So this is kind of your quintessential terrarium plant. It's an English baby tears, and it comes in a lot of different colors. There's a green and a lime green, which is so nice. They're so soft
Ooh, can I have it?
and succulent. We have a little miniature coleus.
So how do we put these like in?
Well,
Do
first-
we put it in with the pot, or do we?
Yeah,
like, take it
first
out
we're
or-
going to need a nice level playing field here. So get your soil level.
Well, I want to keep that water there.
We're going to see the layers through the glass, but we need something to plant
So
the
can I put
plants
this in?
See how this is this deep?
Well, my hand's like too big to get in.
You need this much soil to plant it in so that its roots are covered up. So let's do a few more scoops, okay?
Ella, I think Ella needs a little bit more dirt as well.
Okay, Chandler, so to get started planting, we're going to need to remove the plant from the pot. So I just kind of tip it over and give it a pat and squeeze it a little bit and loosen it up.
It's gonna work! Yay!
So see how you see the cute little roots? You can kind of squeeze the
Smush it.
roots so the roots are ready to go. Reach your hand in and poke a little hole where you'd like it to go, and then just simply stick the plant in there. Ella's planting a miniature African violet. That's super cute. What other plants would you like to use?
This is gonna be like grass. It's kind of like it's
Yeah.
not really.
Look at this
sticking
one.
up
It's
really
so
high.
tall. Is that
Oh,
so?
I
Would
want
you?
that. This could be like a tree.
That could be a tree. That's great. This might be a little tall for this setting.
Maybe it
we'll
could,
save
like,
that for
maybe
the
it
other
could,
one.
like, squish down. Oh, I know.
This is a little hypoestes or polka dot plant. Really popular.
This has a jungle tree.
Yeah.
I saw that you had some other things that actually aren't from the greenhouse that you brought from your own home to maybe put in these terrariums. So we can actually incorporate toys, kind of like the fairy garden theme, but also terrariums can be their own little universe. So incorporating like dinosaurs or cars. So what do you have?
Okay, we have a few dinosaurs here. I believe this is a velociraptor.
Ooh, that is. You're right.
Chandler knows his dinosaurs.
I bet you do. So for me, terrariums, they seem kind of terrestrial, kind of prehistoric. So, you know, if you're doing this with kids, you might as well make it fun. You can always like stick the dinosaur in, and then, you know, when
Can I have him?
you're having your dinner party on Friday night, you just take the dinosaur out.
He's gonna be walking
Don't tell me
between
that.
the garden.
That's cool.
He's a smart dinosaur. He's not stepping in the bed.
What is this one? Myosaurus? I don't know.
Well,
What I love about this though is it really engages the kids. They want to keep the ecosystem alive and sort of engage with it, and it may not look always perfect the way we want it to look, but it's for them. So,
Well, maybe face him the other way. Yeah,
why
so
can't you
he's
just
looking
face him
out.
all right, anything else we need to know about finishing off our terrarium?
So after you've finished planting your plants, you can kind of add some decorations or finishing type things. You want to maybe cover any soil that's not been planted. You can use sheet moss, and I just usually wet this down with a spray bottle so it's nice and pliable. You can kind of tear it apart and spread it out on top of the soil. You could put some sheet moss down. Maybe you have some rocks around at home
Okay,
and
and taking these
collected.
dinosaurs out, it's hard to work with them.
You know, something to like give it some elevation or interest is really cool. I don't know. I always collect rocks on vacation, or, you know, to make it special.
But I think the most important parts are we need that charcoal to help the drainage because this glass container will not do that. And then the rocks. And then it's just soil and use your imagination. These look amazing, but I see this beautiful container, Jessie, and I actually want to make a terrarium for myself. Can you teach me how?
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
And then I'm gonna
Do
I decided I wanted one for myself. So Jesse helped me build this beautiful terrarium and instructed me on how to make my own homemade tools to care for my terrarium at home with just old forks, old spoons, and possibly a cork for patting down soil, right?
Yep.
Jesse, thank you so much for helping us build these beautiful terrariums. To learn more about the plants we use today and how to build your own terrarium, visit our website.
Get going, okay? All right, take a deep breath, Happi. Address Becky's camera.
All right. All right, are you ready? All right. I don't like flowers. And dessert. I don't like dessert either. This is like a weird thing about me.
Got it.
Baby tears, though, are my favorite thing in the entire
So we
world.
need some of those.